Have you ever wondered about the complexities of democracy in Pakistan? This South Asian nation with its vibrant culture and rich history is also a fascinating study in the evolution and operation of democratic governance. Democracy in Pakistan is not just about casting votes in an election. It's a complex tapestry woven with threads of historical events, political institutions, societal influences, and future aspirations. The story of democracy in Pakistan is one that's been shaped by a multitude of factors. From the period of partition and the birth of the nation in the late 1940s to the present day, the democratic journey has been marked by periods of military rule, constitutional amendments, and evolving political ideologies. This journey has seen the rise and fall of political dynasties, the struggle for power between different branches of government, and the constant endeavor to balance the scales of justice. But why is it important to understand this? Because democracy is more than a political system. It's a reflection of a nation's identity, its aspirations, its struggles, and its progress. By delving into the intricacies of democracy in Pakistan, we can gain insights into the country's past, evaluate its present, and speculate on its future. We'll explore the historical milestones that have shaped the democratic landscape, the institutional framework that governs the country, the challenges and controversies that test the strength of democracy, the role of civil society and media in shaping political discourse, and the future prospects of democratic governance in Pakistan. Our journey will not just unravel the complexities of democracy in Pakistan, but will also provide a nuanced understanding of the country's political landscape. So whether you're a political enthusiast, a student of history, or simply curious about the world, this exploration promises to be an enriching experience. Join us as we delve into the intricacies of Pakistan's democratic journey. Democracy in Pakistan has had a tumultuous journey. The seeds of democracy were planted with the birth of Pakistan in the late 1940s, when the country inherited the British parliamentary system. Yet, the road to a stable democratic government was anything but smooth. The initial years of Pakistan's existence were characterized by political uncertainty and instability, largely due to the untimely demise of its founding leaders and the absence of a constitution. It wasn't until 1956, nearly a decade after independence, that Pakistan adopted its first constitution and declared itself an Islamic republic. However, the democratic journey was interrupted by the military coup of 1958, marking the beginning of a long period of military rule. This period witnessed the abrogation of the 1956 Constitution and the imposition of martial law, setting a precedent for future military interventions in politics. The struggle for democracy reignited in the 70s with the rise of populist leader Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who ushered in a new constitution in 1973, re-establishing parliamentary democracy. Yet, this period too was short-lived as Bhutto's government was overthrown in another military coup in 1977. The 80s and 90s were marked by alternating periods of civilian and military rule, each transition accompanied by constitutional amendments that altered the balance of power between the executive and legislative branches. The turn of the millennium saw the return of military rule, followed by a revival of democracy in the late 2000s. This cyclical pattern of democracy and military rule has significantly shaped Pakistan's political landscape. Over the years, the country has witnessed several constitutional changes, each reflective of the power dynamics of its time. From the parliamentary system of the 50s to the presidential system under military rule and back to a parliamentary system, Pakistan's democracy has evolved amidst a complex interplay of military, bureaucratic, and political forces. Despite the challenges, there have been incremental steps towards democratic consolidation in recent years. The completion of multiple full-term civilian governments and peaceful transitions of power are promising signs of democratic maturation. Yet the legacy of military interventions and political instability continues to cast a shadow over the democratic process. This historical backdrop sets the stage for understanding the current state of democracy in Pakistan. The pillars of democracy in Pakistan are its political institutions. Now let's delve into the inner workings of these institutions. The executive, legislative, and judicial branches each with their distinct roles and responsibilities, form the crux of Pakistan's democratic system. Leading the executive branch is the president, who serves as the head of state, and the prime minister, who heads the government. The president represents the unity of the republic, while the prime minister is responsible for running the government's day-to-day affairs. This dual leadership structure is designed to provide a check on executive power and maintain a balance in decision-making processes. Next, we have the legislative branch. This is where the laws of the land are crafted and passed. It consists of two houses, the Senate and the National Assembly. The Senate, the upper house, represents the provinces and territories, while the National Assembly, the lower house, represents the people. The balance of powers between these two houses ensures that neither can dominate the other, safeguarding against the tyranny of the majority. Last but not least, there's the judiciary. This branch interprets the Constitution and laws, providing a check on the powers of the executive and legislative branches. The Supreme Court, as the apex judicial body, plays a pivotal role in maintaining the rule of law and protecting citizens' rights. The distribution of powers among these branches is a key feature of Pakistan's democratic system. It's designed to prevent the concentration of power in any one branch, maintaining a balance that is essential for democratic governance. This system of checks and balances safeguards against potential abuses of power and ensures that each branch operates within its constitutional limits. However, it's also worth noting that this institutional framework is not without its challenges. The executive and legislative branches, for instance, have often been at odds over policy and governance issues, leading to political instability. The judiciary, on the other hand, has faced criticism for perceived overreach in its decision-making. These institutions, while foundational, face a myriad of challenges. Pakistan's democracy navigates a sea of challenges and controversies. Let's delve into some of these challenges, starting with political instability. Pakistan's democratic journey has been a roller coaster ride, with several military coups punctuating brief periods of civilian rule. This instability not only disrupts the democratic process, but also creates an environment of uncertainty that hampers long-term policy planning and development. Next, we turn to corruption, a deep-seated issue that has permeated all levels of governance in Pakistan. From petty bribery to high-level embezzlement, corruption has become a systemic issue, undermining the effectiveness of democratic institutions and eroding public trust. The Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index for the year 2023 ranked Pakistan as one of the countries with a high corruption perception, indicating the severity of the problem. Now let's look at regional dynamics. Pakistan's geopolitical location puts it at the heart of several regional conflicts and power plays. These dynamics often influence domestic politics, leading to a complex interplay between foreign policy and internal democratic processes. For instance, the relationship with neighboring India, especially over the disputed region of Kashmir, continues to have profound implications for Pakistan's political landscape. Turning to controversies, let's discuss elections. Allegations of vote rigging and electoral fraud have marred several elections in Pakistan's history. These controversies often lead to political unrest and challenge the legitimacy of the elected government, further destabilizing the democratic process. Governance issues, too, are a significant source of controversy. Pakistan's governance structure has been criticized for its centralized nature, which often leads to an imbalance of power and resources. This centralization has sparked debates over the need for more provincial autonomy to ensure a more equitable distribution of resources and power. Lastly, the role of the military in politics is a contentious issue in Pakistan's democracy. While the military has directly ruled Pakistan for almost half of its existence since independence, its influence extends beyond periods of direct rule. Many argue that the military continues to wield significant power behind the scenes, influencing key policy decisions and appointments. This perceived overreach of the military into civilian matters is a source of ongoing debate and controversy. These challenges, while significant, are part of the democratic evolution. Civil society and media play a crucial role in shaping Pakistan's democratic landscape. Civil society organizations, including NGOs, labor unions, and community groups, serve as the voice of the people, advocating for their rights and interests. These organizations are instrumental in fostering political participation and promoting transparency, accountability, and good governance. Similarly, media, both traditional and social, have a profound impact on Pakistan's political discourse. Traditional media, comprising newspapers, radio, and television, provide a platform for political debate, while also scrutinizing government policies and actions. They have the power to shape public opinion, influence policymaking, and hold leaders accountable. In recent years, the rise of social media has added a new dimension to Pakistan's political landscape. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube have become powerful tools for political communication and mobilization. They enable citizens to voice their opinions, engage in political discussions, and participate in the democratic process in ways that were previously unimaginable. However, the influence of media is not without its challenges. Issues such as media bias, censorship, and the spread of misinformation can undermine the democratic process. It's essential for civil society and media to maintain their integrity, uphold journalistic standards, and promote accurate and balanced reporting. In conclusion, civil society and media are vital pillars of democracy in Pakistan. They play a significant role in shaping the political discourse, influencing public opinion, and ensuring that the voices of the citizens are heard. The power of civil society and media cannot be underestimated in the democratic process. Looking ahead, what does the future hold for democracy in Pakistan? As we navigate the intricate web of political complexities, potential reforms and improvements emerge on the horizon. The strengthening of democratic institutions is a key focus. His includes fortifying the checks and balances within the political system, promoting transparency, and enhancing the accountability of elected officials. Furthermore, the empowerment of civil society and the fostering of an independent, responsible media sector are crucial. They contribute significantly to the health of a democracy by facilitating informed public discourse and acting as watchdogs of the government. The outlook for democratic governance in Pakistan is not without its challenges. However, it's important to note that the nation's democratic journey is a work in progress. It's a continuous process of learning, adapting, and improving. And despite the hurdles, there's a persistent will among the populace and some political factions to build a stronger, more inclusive democratic system. While the path is complex, the pursuit of a robust democracy continues. Unraveling the complexities of democracy in Pakistan has led us on a fascinating journey. We've journeyed through the historical context, witnessing the evolution of political systems and governance structures. We've navigated the maze of the institutional framework, observing the balance of powers and the role of checks. We've confronted challenges and controversies, understanding the role of the military, corruption, and regional dynamics. We've seen the influence of civil society and media, and contemplated the future prospects of this vibrant democracy. As we step into the future, the evolution of democracy in Pakistan remains a captivating saga.